Welcome to the morning after semifinal week here in the CFFL and Legends League. We prepare for the Super Bowls in the league, Super Bowl. So we'll get into the action that was. First of all, in the CFFL, we'll get to it now. First of all, in the 2 versus 4 matchup, we saw the Bucks take down the LBM 47.5 to 33. Team LBM's very similar strategy to Tim's. The team Price is Right last year of, well, one really good receiver and then kind of garbage, and really good running backs. Kind of bit him this week as some of his guys, most of his guys laid eggs. That was kind of the story throughout the league, though. He falls. The Bucks make their first ever Super Bowl. In the other matchup, Minotaurs fall short, making their first ever Super Bowl. They fall to the Cardinals 66 to 42.5. The fifth place game, I'm sorry. So the Horn Dogs take down the Bruisers 70 to 56. So then next week, too, the LBM will take on the Minotaurs for third place. In the battle for the OK Bowl, the Gargoyles will take on Team Price is Right in the 12th ever Consolation Round OK Bowl. In the Legends League, we had the Horn Dogs, the only team in both leagues who really put up points this week. A lot of points. Anyway, they did an awesome job. They put up 94.5 to take down the Maulers, 94.5 to 71. And the Sasquatches take down the Cardinals thanks to the Saints' offensive inability on Monday night to score 19 points for them. They only scored 11. Breeze and Lutz really let me down. But that sets up a rematch in the Super Bowl of Super Bowl 14 in 2007 between the Horn Dogs and Sasquatches. Horn Dogs took down the Sasquatches 82 to 79. That was the second of 4 Super Bowl losses for the Sasquatches in 5 years. And that was the Horn Dogs, one of their best years ever. One of the best leagues, one of the best years ever in anyone in the league for the Horn Dogs. Also sets up a matchup in third place of the rematch of Super Bowl I, Cardinals versus Maulers. So it does set up some rematches, not the one I was hoping for. Obviously, I wanted to be in it. I would have taken a rematch with any of you. I would have taken a rematch with you too, Scott. So, bummer for me. But it should be a good Legends League championship game. Also, third place went to the Bombers, 58 to 45. And in the, what we'll call in the first and only fair to middling bowl, the Donkeys will take on the Kongs in that one, just for pride. Prize money, by the way, the new ones added this week. The Cardinals and Bucks have now each won at least $200, with another 125 coming up for the Super Bowl. The Minotaurs and LBM still 175, with another 25 or 50 coming up this week. I don't remember. You'll have to check on the main page. Horn Dogs have 150 for 5th place, and the Bruisers 125 for 6th. Legends League, Horn Dogs and Sasquatches have each won 120. I think another 100 for the Super Bowl, while the Maulers and Cardinals have each won 50, another 25 for 3rd place. Bombers won $20 for 5th place. Checks will go out after Christmas. I'll send all of it out. And just a reminder for the Super Bowls, any tie will go for bench points for the Super Bowls, and then otherwise a higher seed, if for whatever reason everything is tied, then that'll be how that plays out. So now we'll get into the fantasy honors. First of all, the Dave Pusick Award for the most transactions on the year. Cardinals win it in the CFFL, and of course, David wins it in the Legends League. It wouldn't be any other way there. The Eric Rhett Award for the Comeback Player of the Year. Quarterback Andrew Luck for the Badgers and the Dragons. Luck didn't play last year. Questions, even at the start of the year, didn't look like he would be back to the old Luck, but by the end of the year, he was franchise quarterback again. Kurt Warner Award for the best undrafted free agent went to tight end Eric Ebron in the CFFL. He was signed by Team LBM but cut, and then in Rebec We Trust signed him and still got him for his breakout near the end. He was the number 8 overall receiver, number 2 or 3 tight end. And then Philip Lindsay for the Bombers, who signed him before the season. And at times, at the time, it looked like a head-scratching move. I was like, boy, he signed him for a lot of money. But awesome move, Jeff. He ended up being the number 9 running back for your Broncos. So heck of a year by Philip Lindsay. Tom Brady Award for the best late-round draft pick in the CFFL. It went to James Conner, who was the 16th round pick in the CFFL. That ended up being picked 190 by me, the Cardinals, 4th running back in the league. And then in the Legends League, Patrick Mahomes went in the 13th round. He was the number 1 quarterback at 150, picked 156 by the Woodies. The Ryan Leaf Award for the fantasy bust, first round bust. This one, easy one. Probably the worst first round pick ever. Probably the worst fantasy draft pick ever. Well, my time I took Dominic Davis and he retired before the season starts was up there too in the 2nd round. but ended up being the Thrills and the Black Dingoes drafted him. No one would have thought that happened, but it did. Unfortunately, the Thrills and the Black Dingoes, it was kind of obvious. You didn't really hear their team too much this year in the show. It's because they weren't very good. It really hurts when you lose your first round pick. You can't win a fantasy draft in the first round, but you sure as heck can lose it. Unfortunately, they did. And then also, fantasy MVP this year was close between him and Gurley, but Gurley kind of tailed off a little bit at the end in the regular season. Mahomes, 22.6 points per game. Last year, Ezekiel Elliott won a 13. So the Cardinals and the Woodies both got the fantasy MVP. Take a look at the consolation round. Gargoyles are going to be looking to become the first ever 3-time OK Bowl champion this year as they take on Team Price is Right, who's looking to win their first ever OK Bowl. And like I said, the Battle of the Dans in the Legends League, Dan Kaufman and Dan Tomaszewski, Donkeys Kongs, for the Fair to Middling Bowl championship. Now, top games of the week, obviously, Super Bowl 25, Cardinals and Bucks, first ever matchup. Legends League and the Superb Bowl, one and only. Super Bowl 1 and only. Sasquatches versus Horn Dogs and a rematch of Super Bowl 14. And like I mentioned, the case of tie. So that'll be it. We have one more show next week. It'll be a very quick one. It'll just be more or less wrapping that up. So thank you guys for tuning in. One more to go. Good luck to everybody except Team K, TK, Bucks, and Mike Smallers. Sorry, I'd like to win at least third, Michael. And sorry, Kent, going for number 9, Super Bowl number 9. So best luck to everybody.